We have other countries in Africa, they don't treasure Africa, but there's a country, although it is far from Africa, but they love Africa. Hello.
I'm the Kenyan beast.
Yeah, I'm Leviticus. I'm Levi.
I have just one question to ask you.
Yeah.
We have a country called Jamaica, and Jamaicans at large. They have been showing mob love to Africans,
Yeah.
and Africans too are showing love to Jamaicans.
Yeah.
To both way are, they are showing love.
Yeah.
But I want you to tell me, why do you think Jamaicans love Africans so much?
Why I think Jamaicans love Africans so much? Yeah, maybe I think because they're also Africans, because that's actually what they call themselves. Actually, Jamaicans, they are very proud of Africa. That's according to me, according to how I know them, according to how I have listened from 1, 2, 3, 4 Jamaicans. I think it's because they have their melanin. It is our melanin. Okay. So when they look at us, they feel we are the same as them. You understand? Like we are like their brothers.
Okay.
See? So I think maybe that is why they love Africans so much. Although they are not in Africa, but I think that's the reason.
We have Africans too in Africa. We have like even Somalians, Morocco people. In short, we have Africans in Africa. They don't show that much love for Africa.
You see what I know. Okay, Jamaicans love Africans. Okay, and Africans too love Jamaicans. You understand? You know, like for example, there was a time I was watching athletics, and I saw Jamaicans. They were cheering up Africans as they were running. You understand? So it is a proof enough they love Africans, and that can be the same reason as to why Africans love Jamaicans. You see, because I'm sure definitely if Jamaicans would be hating Africans, Africans would also be doing the same thing to them. Lakini because that love to Africans, because of that love to Africans, and Africans know they are loved by Jamaicans, so they give back the same love. You understand? And you see, there are countries in Africa. There are countries in Africa. You know, Jamaica is not in Africa, right?
Yeah.
But we have countries in Africa that they are in Africa, yes. They are in Africa, yes. But they are not proud to be called Africans. Like for example, we have this country. Like if you look at the country like Algeria, this is a country like Algeria. Yeah. We have another country, a country like Morocco. Okay, these countries are in Africa. Different from Jamaica, you understand?
Yeah.
But you see, these guys, they don't call themselves African. Like there was a times we had an African Cup of Nations. I don't know where was it.
Yeah.
And these guys, they were like, we are not Africans. You see, we are not Africans. So saying they are not Africans, it means they are not. They don't want to be called Africans, which means they feel like Africans. We are low in a way, maybe something like that. Maybe that's what they think. I'm not so sure. But if they can be found in Africa, but they don't call themselves Africans, what does that mean? That is some kind maybe of pride. Okay, I'm sorry if I said something wrong, but I don't know. But I think that is the reason as to why they don't like Africa. They're in Africa, but they say they are not Africans. Different from Jamaica. Jamaica is far away from Africa. Yeah? If you want to go to Jamaica, it's another journey away from Africa. But those guys, you find some Jamaicans, they want to come and live in Kenya, maybe in Uganda, and indeed they're in Kenya. Most of them, they're in Kenya. Jamaicans, they're here in Kenya. You see, others they're in Uganda, others they're in Tanzania. They love Africa at large. You understand? That is why from Africa we better love them. We love them so much because we have other countries in Africa. They don't treasure Africa, but there's a country, although it is far from Africa, but they love Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think the countries that have, white like people, like Arabs, for example, Algeria, Morocco, Somalia, they are white, maybe they are saying they are white. Do you think they see us black people as different?
Most of them do. It has happened in history a long time ago. It has not happened today. It happened today. It happened like it's that habit, that caliber doesn't like it began a long time ago. You see, it's not a recent culture or a recent habit. It is something that started a long time ago. Like the whites, the whites think they are more better than the black people. You understand? So that is why even we had people who began coming out and decided to do some things like singing songs. You understand? To show out that Africans are important people. You understand?
Okay.
Why? Because that racism it was now at large. This is something that happens. It has been happening especially if you go to these countries like America and Germany and Russia. Okay, those countries. You understand? And if it is reducing, it is now something. There is now a routine that has been implemented in those kind of countries to take down racism. We are football fans. We see these things happening. You understand? I saw there was a black player who was being thrown by banana leaves on the field. You understand? So it is something that has been happening, and they feel like maybe black people we are of lower value.
Okay.
Which is wrong.
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah. I saw you. You interviewed Kenyans in the village. Yeah. What they think about Jamaica at large. Tell me, at large, you were there for some time. What did villagers, Kenyans in the village think?
Yeah, I was in the village. I was in the village some time back. I spoke to Kenyans in the village. I interviewed most of them in the village because I also wanted to know their views, their perspective towards the country of Jamaica. They are a little bit different. People from the village are a little bit different from the people in towns. You understand? People have been watching your videos, interviewing people in towns about Jamaica. Yeah, a lot of videos. And because I was specifically in the village, I can simply tell there's a different, like there's some kind of difference. You understand? If you ask someone about Jamaica in town, they will tell you a lot of things, many things. But if you go in the village, like 90% of the people you will interview in the village about Jamaica, number one, they will talk about weed.
Weed.
You understand? They will talk about weed. Bangi. Bang. And
cannabis.
And you know that thing in the village also, and okay, that thing is used in many places, you understand? Yeah. But in the village, people have a perspective. They have a view that Jamaica, if anybody hears the name Jamaica, the first thing that comes into that person's mind is bang.
Bang.
You understand?
Yeah.
Another something else, Rastafarians. Mostly Rastafarians. They will tell you Jamaicans are Rastafarians, and they tend to believe all the reggae artists come from Jamaica. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. That is another thing they tend to believe, that all the reggae artists come from Jamaica. You understand? Yeah. Yeah. So you will hear some kind of a language they speak. You know, some things. You know, Rastafari. I don't know how that language is called, but I heard you sometime talking about it, and most of the times they talk about weed. Mostly, they talk about Rastafarians. Mostly, they also think the reggae artists, all the reggae artists come from Jamaica. Because I remember interviewing somebody someday, and he was talking about Lucky Dube. He really spoke about Lucky Dube. He told me Lucky Dube is coming from Jamaica. You understand? Yeah. And I was like, they think all the reggae artists come from Jamaica.
Okay. Yeah. What can you tell Jamaicans who love Kenya or who love Africans genuinely?
Firstly, let me exceed my sincere love to Jamaicans. Let me tell you something. I'm not being selfish much, but let me just be true. Personally, as me, I really love Jamaica. Jamaica at large, as a country, the people from Jamaica, the citizens of Jamaica, I really love them. In fact, all the countries in Africa, I cannot actually measure my love for Jamaica. Like, my love for Jamaica is more than how I love any other country here in Africa. You understand?
Yeah.
Let me say I love Kenya because I'm a Kenyan. But sincerely speaking, I love Jamaica. Jamaica are my people. I really love them. I love their culture. I love how they do things. And Jamaica, I love you so much, sincerely. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Son of a king.
Son of the king, Kenyan beast. Call me that way. Call me that name. I'll be there to attend to that.
We are doing it the African way. Thank you so much.
Yeah.